bunch of different audiences you have to hit. Your fan base likes you for certain shit.
He brought all the capes.
Not a valid cape.
I hate this cape. This is the cape I don't like. I thought it was doing great.
Because Ty is on a million people's songs, so he does have a.
Well, he has a whole.
I don't listen. Ty Dolla $ign is a cool rapper or singer, but I don't care for this. This is what I care about. No, I don't care for this either. I don't care. Why are you showing me this? Show me this. Chicken connoisseur, boy.
Chicken connoisseur here. Got a special episode today.
Talk to me.
You're wondering why I don't have my regular shirt. After hours, so it's non-uniform. You know, no formal attire needed or necessary for the office today. You understand the season, you know the vibes. You know, you can see all the brown on me. Therefore, for the crap check, I chose something very appropriate. Boom bow. The Nike Air Max 95.
They're okay. But I'm not into shoes.
Evolution. Time of change. Time of...
Wait, what is this? Isn't it maybe like a Nike, like swoosh tick? See, a nigga like me, if I saw this, I would think this is fake.
Okay, I don't have bars for it, but... as you can
If
see,
I saw this, I would have thought this is fake. There's no...
old school shape. Basically, we're gonna go to Chicken Cottage. So yeah, this is their flagship.
Whoa, 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 whoa. That's a big chicken shop. We're in some big ones. This is the biggest one you've ever entered.
The chicken and the wings there, and the burger there, and the chips there, and the juices there.
This is the biggest shop. It looks bare proper. I already know it's gonna disappoint.
Yeah, basically, you can see the carnage, and it was carnage. Getting into the chips, these. Now, it was my fault that, you know, I guess I didn't believe that the salt would stay, so I dashed bare salt. But at the same time, the reason why I sprinkled bare salt on them is because they were glistening with oil as soon as they came out the fryer. Yeah, like, you know, the pepper stayed for a bit of it. Salt was there, but you know, it was heavily ironized. That's the right word. But besides that, and besides the fact that the barbecue sauce made it left,
But his mouth is so big.
it was too, you know, that dry potato-y type of, it wasn't the wave. It was not the wave at all.
You don't like the chips. You like it when it's crispy, but it's like, wait, I can't remember if you don't like it with space. I like my chips that with space. I like that because it's crunchier that way.
So the chips, out of 5.
McDonald's do good chips.
2-1.
That's a bad score.
Like a uni degree. On to the wing.
That's a bad score. Is that Michael Apple?
The wings came, they looked sick, they looked well seasoned. I took a bite. They were somewhat succulent, but they looked like they were, you know, pumping the steroids and that. Same way. Temperature was not there. They were cold. All the work of seasoning that may have been done, all the good work of getting that bread in a...
That's disgusting eating cold wings. Nah, not disgusting. This better be like a 2 or a 1.
Point in terms of texture, the hair, oh my. There should not be hair in the wings. was in a fryer, it needs to be plucked. If you're not gonna pluck it, burn it off. Man is not meant to be here plucking hairs before I enjoy my wings. It's not right. No, looking at what they deserve, boy, feeling like they're deserving a 1.8. But
See, this man, not boy, this man could destroy your business. He could destroy your business. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Bossman was not prepared, so it wasn't that fresh.
I feel bad for Bossman because like his business is gonna be
I
ruined.
think a 2.8 is reasonable.
Is that red?
Is reasonable into the burger. And again, it's unfinished because there was a lot of extra bread. This much to be precise.
That's mad.
Nicely toasted. Crispy. So yeah, that is probably the only good thing about it. There was bare mayo, but
I'm a mayo guy. That's just too much mayo.
you know, he does what he does. Bare lettuce, it was just chilling around the thing. There was too much. It was all sliding out. And then on top of that, when you get to the fillet, it wasn't a uniform size. Like,
See, it's smaller here and bigger there.
after the first bite, you'll see from the macro, one side is thin, the other side is mad thick. So I was... Yeah. So, as he can attest to, which he is attesting to.
Yeah.
In a bit. The actual fillet, in addition to the fact that it was
Ooh. Okay, that's disgusting to me. I don't know what it is, but like watching people eat food is kind of disgusting. Ever since I was a youth, I find it disgusting. I don't know if it's just me, but just the way it squeezes out.
thin on one side, thick on the other
When it's
side.
like sandwiches.
The breading,
When it's like sandwiches, it's like, oh.
because again, when I lifted the top bun, you could see soggy.
What the fuck is this?
On top, you saw it flaking. Alopecia, again. That's not what we're looking for with the burgers. We need it to be taut. So the burger overall gets a, I'll say 3.1. I think it'll get a 3.1. Let's just leave it. Just wrapped up the shoot. I'll say it was a successful shoot. Mainly because I had certain apprehensions
Who's this Bolo? Yo, what?
about wearing 15-year-old crap and them surviving, but they have survived. Midsoles are still fully intact. Happy days. Is that the car? I think it is. Oh, right, my tip. Alright, cool. So yeah, boom, the car's here. Kinda need to take a piss and it's a long drive. It's a mad dilemma. But
I've got to return the green screen
yeah.
to
Safe.
as well.
That's actually how he eats his that. That's actually how he eats his wings. Oh, don't kill me, Michael. Michael, don't kill me. What the fuck? Hashtag higher.
What's up? I'm KBHD here. And inside this kind of huge box is possibly the most hyped piece of tech of this entire year. And that is a PlayStation 5. So this video is a look at the final retail packaging for this console. So some of you might know I've been
This nigga gets everything now. Yo.
Testing a preview Xbox Series X. This is final. This is what people who pay for it are gonna get. Now we get to take a closer look.
Is it that
So
big?
right off the bat on the front here, you see the console, you see the controller.
This guy's 6'4", you know. Wait, how big is the
version with
PS5?
Optical drive, so good to know. And it does say 8K or 4K 120 or HDR, but there's more on the back. And we're basically getting now the whole console sideways, which I think I'm gonna end up having mine sideways. We'll see. It says 825 gigs up here. Good to know. You can might as well open it now. So let's see.
That is big. That's way bigger than what it looked like on the promo
So at
vids.
the top here, there's a little cardboard box.
Okay, the packaging is just that big, alright.
Let's see it. This is the styrofoam.
Bro, I already know this is gonna be so
This
heavy.
is a big console.
No, that's big.
That's
a big console.
pretty nice actually, but it is huge. Dang.
Chai.
That is the PlayStation 5.
Shit.
Tall.
Now I see why they
Also
put it
kinda nice
sideways.
console. So yeah, I do like this build. My original reaction to seeing the unveiling video was more strong. I think I called it like an alien spaceship in my first impression, something like that. But seeing it in person, I do kind of like it now. But by the way, so in the cardboard box, just to finish off the unboxing, you've got the power cable to plug it straight into the wall, no brick. You've got one new DualSense wireless controller, which we'll get to. You got your paperwork, safety guide, quick start guide, your classics. And then you get an HDMI cable. And then there's this mystery plastic thing, which is actually the dock needed to sit the PS5 flat on its side. Because without the dock, the PS5, it just doesn't have flat sides. So it doesn't really sit totally flat. So in any of the media you see with the PS5 sitting on the side, you always see this little black dock underneath it. That's this thing. So don't throw this out. It attaches if you want it. You can, hide it away if you don't, but you'll probably want to have this around if you ever switch to it sideways someday. So, all right, finally seeing the PS5 in person, a couple things strike me. The size is number one still. It is gigantic.
That shit looks so big. He's not small, laddie. This is a tall man. And I know it's heavy as well. That's gotta be heavy. One of my biggest fears is that if you own the PS5 and you drop it, you already know that's long gone. That's broken. Just because it's big doesn't mean, bro. The bigger it is, the more internal damage. I'm sorry, because that's how I
Also
broke
the
my PS4.
textures. It's a matte finish again on the white outside part.
That's how I broke my
and then
PS4.
the inside is very glossy, as you can see with the
Spell.
reflections. And actually, if you look closely, really closely,
I'm
at
laying
the
it
texture
flat.
on the inside of the PS5, you can see it's actually made up of a bunch of tiny X's, O's, squares, and triangles, which is super cool. They're extremely small and embossed in this seemingly random pattern, but that is super cool. You can see all the ports on the back with the heatsink around it, power at the bottom, one HDMI, Ethernet, and 2 USB, and then all the way up at the top is a Kensington lock. Then at the front is your full-size USB, your USB Type-C, and then at the bottom, the disc eject button and the power button. So with that disk drive you have on the side for your physical games, you do get eject button still. And for the digital-only version, I guess you just won't have that eject button, and the side will be blank, just covered up there, no disk drive. And yeah, you can see it's not a pointlessly complex design. A lot of what you're looking at up front is heat sinks, a lot of thermal management, it's a lot of cooling off those insides. Size comparison time. PS4 Pro. It's got a dbrand skin on it, but this is the size of the console that I've been using. It's definitely slimmer, and just this monolith. Oh, it's heavier too. The PS5 is heavy. and it's definitely going
I'm
to be
telling
taller,
you.
wider. It's bigger in every dimension, and it's
Shit.
and I guess it really depends on what underneath your TV looks like about whether this height
I'm not
difference
forever with this one.
will matter to you or not. But that height difference is real. If you're putting it underneath something that didn't have
Buona forever
enough
with
clearance
PlayStation.
before,
I don't understand why. They went for like I guess it does look, just looks different. I bet you they were sick and tired of the memes of like, oh, you're gonna make it like a cube again. It's just so curvy. It doesn't really need to be that curvy, but
airflow will be even more restricted
fuck.
because of the size of this thing. Xbox Series X. This one's an
Look at this fridge.
even more impressive difference here. I mean, the PlayStation just kind of dwarfs it at this point. I don't know if that's an efficiency thing. I don't know if you're putting it next to your TV, you might not care so much about that. But as far as just the footprint, the sheer footprint of the PS5, I think we're really seeing now how massive this thing is.
What the fuck? Don't know what that was.
Kind of looks like a fancy building, like a really cool architected. I don't know what building.
It reminds me of a building as well. Wait, no. What building does this remind you of? I think. Hold on. Load. Shit. I know what it looks like, but I don't know the name of it. What is this? Chicago, best skyscrapers. What the hell? No, I'm not gonna find it. This is being slow. But it do remind me of a skyscraper, I'm not gonna lie. Being so slow.
I'm thinking of, but it kind of looks like a building. But of course, there's more to the PS5 than just the console itself. There is also all the accessories. Let's get into those. So inside this box, you'll have a DualSense wireless controller if you get one separately.
That's
so
good.
It is white. So again, with the Stormtrooper white color scheme with blue accents, and you notice that theme sticks through
Use that
literally
jackknife. Use that
everything here.
jackknife.
So as I struggle my way through the unboxing and get to the controller, the first impression.
My mom would have been mad at me if I
So
ripped
as I
it.
struggle my way through the unboxing and get to the controller, the first impression of it is also really nice. I am a big fan of this controller. Now the PS4 controller to me was fine, but I actually like the Xbox Elite controller more because it's a little bigger in my hands, it fits well, it just feels higher quality. So I was hoping actually for a bigger, more solid PS5 controller, and that's exactly what we got. It's more comfortable, the stems are a little bit longer, it's a little bigger, but it is still really lightweight, so that hasn't changed. But to me, yeah, this controller is a pretty huge win. You can see the layout is basically exactly the same. Triangle, square, circle, X on the right, arrows on the left, trackpad in between.
It looks way better.
And then around the back, there's no removable back anymore. It's just a built-in rechargeable 1500 milliamp hour battery, and the port to charge is thankfully USB Type-C. Now I'm excited to test this controller's haptic feedback and new improved
Type-C.
triggers.
Why thankfully? Bro, USB Type-C. People don't. Why are we distancing ourselves away from USB Type? I don't know what to say.
And responsiveness and all that stuff, but
I
as you
used
can
to own a
probably tell
USB
already,
Type-C.
The embargo for today's video is just unboxing and hardware, so I can't show that yet. But yeah, for now the triggers are a little more firm. But anyway, a couple other things you might notice. The microphone's still at the bottom here. There's still the speaker and the PlayStation button, but now there's no more LED light on the back of the controller. That was like a staple of that controller. Instead, the light is behind the trackpad now. And at the bottom here, underneath the light, you'll notice some pins on either side of the headphone jack, and that's for the docked charging, but we'll get more into charging in a second. But again, by far the coolest part of the design of this controller is the texture on the back, and it's again made up of those tiny little shapes. It's subtle, but you can see the...
Oh, I see what he means. I couldn't see it the first time. It's literally made out of that X and... That's cool.
Embossed X's and O's and
I
squares
didn't
and
see it the
triangles.
first time. I couldn't
This
see
is
it.
something you might honestly never notice if you were never really taking a super close look at the controller, but it is there and it's giving you grip. That is a nice touch.
That's
Sony
sick.
also made a DualSense charging station
That's
to charge
actually
two
sick.
controllers at once, which is very smart. I've never actually had any sort of dock for my controllers, so for me they always just kind of sit around next to the console, plugged in via USB to charge. But I think for two controllers, I'm probably going to want to get this thing. It comes with the dock itself, and then a pretty long power cable and brick, which plugs into the bottom. The controller lines up the pins at the bottom with the pins on the charger, and it just...
They've always had this. They've always had this. So
pops
this
right
isn't
on.
a
And it
surprise.
faces upright, so you can
My PlayStation 3 had this.
see the charging LED color behind the trackpad to know if you're done charging or not. It's great. I kind of wish the dock was a little heavier though. Like it would feel higher quality if it was a more solid base and I could just slam the controller in there. But the rest is great. You're freeing up USB ports on the front of the console, and if you can spare another wall outlet for this charger, seems like a good buy. Also, the click-in is very satisfying. Oh, they should have done magnets though. That would have actually been kind of sick if they had MagSafe technology in the PS5 dock. You could just drop it in there and it would line up on its own. But I don't know, maybe next time. It'll probably be the least purchased official first-party accessory, but let's be honest, for people streaming their games, this is probably going to be the camera to buy that integrates with the whole system and of course matches the whole aesthetic. It's a 1080p camera. It's got a built-in white...
Bro, this is gonna be like people are not gonna be able to buy this first week. I'm sorry. Sony will not make enough. There's no way. Good bid. Sony will not make enough. Like when the PS4 came out, people were struggling to even get their hands on it. So if you think you can buy this off the jump, it's no way.